When we talk about modern military and law enforcement sidearms, one caliber stands above the rest in global popularity and battlefield relevance: 9mm. From elite special forces units to standard-issue service pistols, the 9x19mm cartridge has become the backbone of modern handgun systems. But what makes 9mm so dominant? Why has it outlasted competitors, survived decades of testing, and remained the top choice for armed forces around the world? Today, we're going deep into the power, history, performance, and battlefield impact of the 9mm caliber. The 9mm cartridge, officially known as the 9x19mm Parabellum, was designed in 1902 by Georg Luger. Over a century later, it remains one of the most widely used handgun cartridges in the world. That level of longevity doesn't happen by accident. It happens because a design works, and works extremely well. One of the biggest reasons for 9mm's dominance is balance. In military applications, balance is everything. You need stopping capability, manageable recoil, high magazine capacity, reliability in harsh environments, and cost-effective production. The 9mm hits that sweet spot perfectly. Compared to larger calibers like .45 ACP, it produces less recoil. That means faster follow-up shots, better control under stress, and improved accuracy for the average soldier. Modern service pistols such as the Glock 17, SIG Sauer P320, Beretta 92, and countless others are chambered in 9mm. Even the U.S. military transitioned from the Beretta M9 to the SIG Sauer M17 and M18, both chambered in 9mm. That decision wasn't random. After extensive testing, the 9mm proved it could deliver improved performance with modern ammunition technology. Now let's talk about ballistics. A standard 9mm round typically travels between 1,100 to 1,300 feet per second, depending on the load. That speed creates sufficient penetration while maintaining controllability. In combat, penetration matters. A round must be capable of defeating barriers like clothing, light cover, and sometimes intermediate obstacles while still neutralizing the threat effectively. Another major advantage of 9mm is magazine capacity. Because the cartridge is relatively compact, pistols chambered in 9mm can carry more rounds. A standard 9mm service pistol often holds 15 to 17 rounds in a standard magazine. Some extended magazines go even higher. In combat situations, more rounds mean fewer reloads, and fewer reloads can mean survival. Recoil management is another critical factor. In high adrenaline environments, soldiers and officers are not shooting at a range under calm conditions. They're moving, taking cover, reacting to threats. Lower recoil allows for quicker target reacquisition and improved shot placement. The 9mm's moderate recoil makes it easier to train large numbers of personnel effectively. Training efficiency is something many people overlook. Militaries need ammunition that is affordable and widely available. The 9mm cartridge is produced globally at massive scale. That means lower cost per round compared to larger calibers. Lower cost translates into more training rounds fired. And more training equals better proficiency. There's also the NATO factor. The 9x19mm Parabellum is a NATO standardized cartridge. This standardization ensures interoperability between allied forces. In joint operations, logistics matter. If allied troops can share ammunition in the field, it strengthens operational flexibility. That is a strategic advantage. Some critics in the past argued that 9mm lacked stopping power compared to larger calibers like .40 S&W or .45 ACP. However, advancements in bullet design have significantly improved performance. Modern hollow point designs, improved powder loads, and better ballistic engineering have closed the performance gap while retaining all the benefits of manageable recoil and higher capacity. Reliability in harsh conditions is another reason 9mm continues to dominate. Whether in desert heat, Arctic cold, or humid jungle climates, 9mm ammunition performs consistently. Military forces require cartridges that function across extreme environments without compromising performance. Let's also look at adaptability. The 9mm cartridge is not limited to pistols. It is widely used in submachine guns and personal defense weapons. Platforms like the MP5 and other 9mm submachine guns have been used by special forces and counterterrorism units worldwide. The ability to standardize across both sidearms and compact automatic weapons simplifies supply chains. Another overlooked benefit is reduced wear and tear. Because 9mm produces less recoil and pressure compared to some higher caliber rounds, firearms chambered in 9mm often experience less mechanical stress. That can translate to longer service life and lower maintenance costs over time. Now, let's address accuracy. Handgun accuracy depends heavily on shooter skill, but recoil impulse plays a major role. The manageable recoil of 9mm allows shooters to maintain tighter groupings, especially during rapid fire. In close-quarter combat scenarios, rapid and accurate follow-up shots can be decisive. The global adoption of 9mm also means continuous innovation. Ammunition manufacturers constantly improve projectile designs, propellants, and casings. Because demand is so high, research and development never stop. That keeps the caliber modern and effective. In law enforcement, 9mm has also regained dominance after a period when some agencies experimented with .40 S&W. Many departments eventually returned to 9mm due to improved ballistic performance and reduced recoil. The shift back to 9mm highlights the caliber's practical advantages in real-world engagements. Weight is another important factor. A fully loaded 9mm magazine weighs less than equivalent capacity magazines in larger calibers. For soldiers carrying multiple magazines, every ounce matters. Reduced weight can improve mobility and reduce fatigue during extended operations. There's also the factor of shooter diversity. Armed forces include personnel of varying sizes and physical strengths. A caliber that is controllable across a wide range of users improves overall effectiveness. The 9mm provides that universal usability. From a strategic standpoint, the 9mm represents efficiency. It delivers sufficient lethality without unnecessary recoil, excessive weight, or logistical complications. That efficiency is why it continues to serve as the primary sidearm caliber for dozens of countries. Looking at modern battlefield doctrine, sidearms are secondary weapons. They are backup systems when a primary rifle is unavailable or malfunctioning. Because of this, reliability, capacity, and controllability are prioritized over sheer stopping power. The 9mm fits that role perfectly. Even in civilian defensive use, 9mm remains the most recommended caliber. Its balance of power and control makes it suitable for both professionals and trained civilians. After more than a century of service, the 9mm has proven that innovation doesn't always mean bigger or more powerful. Sometimes, the best solution is the one that offers balance, efficiency, and adaptability. From early 20th century battlefields to modern special operations missions, the 9mm cartridge continues to evolve while staying true to its original purpose, delivering reliable, controllable firepower in a compact form. And that is why, even today, when militaries evaluate new sidearm systems, the question isn't whether to use 9mm, it's how to optimize it further. If you're passionate about military technology, service weapons, and modern armed forces equipment, this caliber is a perfect example of how engineering, strategy, and battlefield experience come together in one compact cartridge. This video is created for educational and informational purposes only. We do not promote violence or misuse of firearms. Always follow local laws and regulations regarding weapons and ammunition. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most important handgun calibers in history, make sure to support the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more detailed breakdowns of modern military equipment and technology.